welcome to We Are PEC. I am Brittany Savetics, the communications team lead. I'm here with Burt Morey, the senior vice president of our transportation markets. Hello, Burt.
Hi.
Are you used to being in a vehicle?
I am used to being in a vehicle. I'm not used to being in the back seat of a vehicle, but yes.
So tell me a little bit about what transportation engineering is, what our transportation department is inclusive of. Like, what is it to someone who hasn't really heard of it and just thinks of it as roads?
Public works, transportation is a subset of public works. And public works is the most effective when you don't notice it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You don't think about it
Mhm.
when you just turn the tap on your faucet and the water comes out. You don't even think about it, right? You just know you've got clean water, right?
Yeah.
So when I drive home today from Wichita to Lawrence, I'm not going to think about, is that bridge that I'm getting ready to cross okay? I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
I know it is,
Mhm.
right? Is this road going to support my vehicle and all the rest of the people around me that are driving 75 miles an hour? Is it going to be okay? Well, yes, it is, because smart people have thought about what they're doing when they go to make an improvement.
Tell us what types of projects that you do in transportation that might be out of the norm.
Yeah, out of the norm, I tend to think of transportation projects as kind of all of it is normal, right? So, but some of the more kind of unique projects that we would do would be some studies, which are, you wouldn't think that a consulting firm, a transportation consulting firm like PEC would do these studies, but those are very important. And so we're kind of in the middle of a study down on US 69 for KDOT in Crawford County, down around Pittsburgh, Arma, Frontenac. And what we're really doing there is figuring out exactly what the problems are first, right? And then we will start coming up with engineering solutions to those problems. So those are the planning projects are kind of out of the norm, right? You would think when KDOT or ODOT comes to PEC and says, hey, we want you to do X, Y, and Z, they have the problem already very defined. And it's like, okay, now we're going to redesign this section of roadway and replace these 4 bridges, what have you.
Right.
But sometimes it's a step back from that, and let's really understand what the problem is first.
So this question kind of ties a little bit into what you were just talking about, but how does the work in the transportation mark affect everyone every day?
Yeah. I mean, my peers in the strategy group here at PEC would probably argue with me, but I'm willing to take on that argument that I would say that transportation affects more people on a daily basis than any of our other markets do. For example, the Northwest Junction that we've been working on for several years, that one movement that we were able to get the contract with KDOT to redesign that one movement from northbound 135 to southbound 235, which used to be a real tight loop ramp. Tens of thousands of people use that every single day, right? Every single day.
Yeah.
And now granted, there are some of them that we're doing work on. We did a bridge replacement up in Jewell County, which goes a little bit into the local market, the municipal market, but the same folks at PEC did the work. That little project, that little roadway only carries maybe 24 vehicles a day, but that's a very important facility for those 24 people that use it every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Well, thank you, Burt. I appreciate your time today, and thank you for joining us on the next episode of We Are PEC.
All right, you're welcome.
All
Thanks.
right.